So, Daisy, so I think we are live. So let me just check if it's okay. So I think we are good. We are good to run. So I want to welcome you guys for this conversation tonight. So tonight we are having a conversation about gender, the gender question. So, and Jackie will be joining us this evening. So Jackie, wherever you are, we want you to join this conversation. All right. So Daisy, maybe we can start this conversation with you.
Yeah.
Discussing about the gender matters and especially, of course, there's affirmative actions, but maybe you start by telling us the status of the gender question in Kenya.
Thank you so much. It's a wonderful opportunity again, as always, to join you in the broadcast. I think first, before we even discuss, a lot of people are wondering what is this gender inequality that a lot of people talk about, or there has been like consistent concerns and wondering just what this gender inequality is. It's the fact that gender inequality, it acknowledges that men and women are not equal, and that gender affects a person's living experience, how you basically go about your daily life, your access to opportunities as you scramble to get a few things here and there in life. And such differences normally come from, distinction either in our biological experience, psychological, in the fact like how we probably think and perceive life, and cultural norms. Basically, Kenya has about 44 tribes, and it's a very rare to find that the perception of each tribe is similar to another. It's not, because they are very different backgrounds, different languages, different experiences, different perceptions of both men and women, and who can have access to what opportunities. If probably it comes to job opportunities, if it comes to inheriting family property such as land, when it also comes to things about marriage and everything. So it's just a position where we kind of like lack a form of balance, if I may say that. And the status quo currently is I feel like a lot has changed, because some communities or some people, having probably experienced gender inequality in their previous way of life, how they grew up, maybe as they grow up, they affirm or decide to do better for their children. So if you find that somebody probably, if they were a woman and they were not allowed to inherit land from their fathers, and probably their land was inherited by uncles, that patriarchy, they find that when you grow up, you say, I will work hard so that my children are able to have something from me. So the moment you grow up now, you become a parent, and you are a woman, and you get to also girls. So you try and ensure that probably every property that is in your name, in your business, social security and all that, everything, your children have better than what was there before. So we currently find that we are in that situation where women are venturing into businesses. They're risking, they're going into real estate, import and export. Some of them are going to school, getting degrees and masters and PhDs, just to kind of improve not only their area of life, but also the area of life for their families, and some of them friends and relatives and cousins. So we find that there are some people and there are some communities who have actually stepped up and wanted to change the narrative, so that whatever was done to us is not something that we pass on, But despite the fact that there are people who have actually taken a step, there are some of the communities and other people who have remained rigid. What I was taught is what I was. No, I'm not accepting change. I'm not doing anything. This is the truth that I have, and this is the truth that remains. Sorry?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me bring Conrad to this discussion. Maybe Conrad, when we are talking about gender issues, we maybe more often we forget about men in this question. Maybe Conrad, you can bring the aspect about men. Why do women need affirmative action, whereas men or even young people don't have affirmative action in a stronger way, like the way women have? Conrad. Conrad, are you there? Conrad?
I think his mic is muted.
Yeah, Conrad, can you unmute your mic? Yeah, you can proceed. Conrad? All right. It seems Conrad has some maybe network issues, but maybe this discussion, Jackie is supposed to join. So Jackie was supposed to give us insights about this discussion. So I'm just waiting Jackie also to join, but I don't know if she's in a position to join. But Daisy, you were talking about maybe you actually alluded to women, not maybe never used to inherit. Um, they were not supposed to inherit anything, maybe property from families. Yeah. But now the question is, nowadays women can inherit, right? Do you think
Yeah.
we have reached a point that we have actually crossed the gap in terms of gender issues for women, or according to you? Do you think are we doing better now, or we are still badly off?
Somebody once told me that change is not something sometimes that you do immediately, but change is something that you choose to consistently do every day. So this issue of gender inequality has been in existence from the beginning. If you read in the Bible, you will find that daughters were not allowed to, inherit property. They were not even mentioned in most families. But despite the fact that it being in the Bible, you find that there are women still in those cases, who stood out in the Bible and who are mentioned and who are part of changing history. We have Deborah, we have Ruth, we have Tamar, all these amazing women. So this is something that people have to consistently choose to do every day. So this is it's like cultures. Sometimes people pass on rigid cultures and thoughts into their children, into their children's children's. So it is something that we have to choose to break every day. If you probably feel that something in your family was not done right, you have the opportunity to do it right in your family. And your children also have the responsibility to do whatever you did not do right into their family. So it becomes like a chain of consistent change. So I feel like a lot of people are more welcoming to that fact. They're embracing it, but there's still a part that is rigid. There are people who still, believe a certain way and hold on to their way of tradition. So it constantly just takes people, people who want to see a different life, to embrace change and allow it to happen, so that our children's children and other people's children can benefit. So it's something that we have to choose every day, but we are not there yet. But at least we are somewhere, but we are not there yet.
Okay, thank you, Daisy. So let me check if Conrad network is fine. Conrad, can you maybe unmute your mic and try to talk now? Conrad? Conrad, okay. Can you try to talk now? Right. So it seems Conrad has some network issues. And I also think our guest, I don't know what happened to the guest. I'm really trying to see if she can join this conversation. So, Jackie, wherever you are, please join the conversation. So, basically, we wanted Jackie to hear from Jackie, maybe
Yeah.
doing a presentation on this. But if she won't be joining in the next, let's say, a few minutes, I think we will just not proceed. Yeah. So also, I think Conrad's network is terrible, and so I think Jackie was going to help us on maybe give us presentation on this, and then we could discuss. So I think Daisy seems she might not be joining, so you don't have to proceed because our guest has not joined. So that means we will just maybe reschedule it till
Yeah, for
tomorrow.
sure.
All right. So sorry,
Yeah.
guys. We will have to end it there because I think I wanted the guests to join and just present this on this. So good night, guys. All right.